Hello everyone. Today let's talk about Python variables and assignment operators. Python variables are identifiers which allows us to store values such as numbers, strings, lists, dictionaries, objects. We cannot use or call a variable without assigning a value to it. It means we have to give a value to the variable before it is used. You can define any number of variables, but you cannot use them or call them unless it is assigned with a value. To use a variable, you have to assign a value to it. Let's define some variables and assign values to them. Numerical values, some floating point values. We can define a variable and we can do some mathematical operations with the value and assign to the same variable in Python. Define another variable and assign a string value to it. String values must be enclosed with single or double quotes. That is the legal way. Now we will define another variable and we will assign a string value to it. And we can concatenate another string value and can be assigned the value to this variable. Let's define another variable and assign a list value to it. This list can be consist with numerical values, some string values, or variables which are previously assigned with value. So that list can be assigned to this list of values variable. Now we will call the variables and see the value which is stored in it. We can call those variables and we can do mathematical operations on that and it will show us the results. We can call some variables which will give us the calculated value, and we can use the variables in such a way to do various mathematical operations, and we can call within functions, or we can use that in various ways in a program. We can concatenate some string values and that will show us the resultant value. So variables are very useful in this manner. We don't need to define again and again. We can call the values again and again in various other places. Now we will see assignment chaining operation. This means we can define a variable and assign another variable to it. Likewise, we can assign variables to another variable one after the other. At last, we have to assign a value to it. When we call these variables, it will show us the value which is stored at last. Likewise, we can assign a value at once to a number of variables, so those variables can be used in various other places. We can do mathematical operations on these variables. Let's see an example how this assignment chaining takes place. Now we will define a variable and assign a value to it. We will define another variable and assign the previous variable to it and do a mathematical operation. Now we will call that variable and see the result. It shows us the calculated value. We will see the other variable as well it shows the same value like this. We can assign a value to a number of variables at once in this assignment chaining operation. Now we will define a variable without assigning value, and we will call it in a program. Variable A assign with the value 12 and try to print that. Now we will define variable B, and when we try to call that without assigning value, it gives us an error. We can define variables, but we have to assign before it is called. Now we will define another variable and get the input from the keyboard. This is how we get the keyboard input in Python. Now we will type a value and let's print that variable. It gives us the result. Now we can use this variable and do mathematical operations on that. We can do mod operation and print the result. It gives us 1. We can multiply and assign the value to the variable, and we can call the variable again. Again we will see the exponent and assign the value to the variable C, and let's print that. We can add and assign the value to the variable. It gives us the result. We can subtract and assign the value to the variable. When we print the result, it gives us the value which is assigned at last. Variables are pretty useful in programming. Assignment chaining operation helps us to assign values to variables at once. So then those variables can be used in, or we can call them in some other places in a program. Let's see some more on variables and assignments. We learnt assignment chaining. Now we will see how we can assign values to variables by separating commas, and we can exchange the values from one variable to another variable without a temporary variable, like in Java. Now we will see this example. First we will do the assignment chaining operation, and we will print the values one by one. It will give us the value which is given last. Now we will define some variables like this, x, y, z, and we will assign values 1, 2, 4, and now print these variable one by one. X will give us the first value, and y will give us the second value, and z will give us the third value, which is given in order. Now we will assign new values to these variables once again. X, y, z equals z, x, y. So when we print x, it will give us the value of z. Now when we print y, it will give us the value of x, and when we print z, it will give us the value of y. This is an advantage in Python programming language. We don't need a temporary variable to perform this task like other programming languages such as Java, C++, C. We require a temporary variable to perform this task, but this is an advantage in Python. This makes the job very easy. We don't need extra programming effort to perform such tasks. Now we'll consider argument assignment in Python programming language. When you see this slide carefully, at first we assign A for 15 and B for 5. So we can do mathematical operations. We can add and assign the value to the variable. We can subtract the value and assign the variable. We can multiply, we can divide, we can do modulus operation and assign. So the final results will be shown in this slide. Now let's see an example. Here A equals 15, B equals 5. Now we will assign A to B and print A and see what the result. It gives the value of B. Now new value of A equals 5. Now we will add A to B and assign the value to A and see the value of A. It will be equal to 10. Now we will subtract B from A and assign the value to A. Let's see what is in A. It will be 5. Now we will multiply A from B and assign the value to A. It will give us 25. Let's divide A from B and assign the value to A. It will give us 5. Let's do the modulus operation. For that we will assign new values to A and B. A equals 12 and B equals 5. So A mod B and assign the value to A. So the value of A will be equals 2. Now let's talk about none placeholder. For that we will assign a new value to A. We will assign none placeholder to A. The A will be equals to none. Let's assign a list to B. A list of 10 items. So let's print B. So it will give us 10 none placeholder list. Now we can check its data type. The data type of B. For that let's print we will print type within parentheses B. The data type of B equals list. This is another quick tutorial on Python. Thanks for watching.